Welcome. I am Mrs. Grimm, and I am the principal here at Grindstone. On behalf of myself, our assistant principal, Ms. Lazarus, Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Macy, and the entire third grade team, we welcome you back. For many of you, this is your first performance of your student here at Grindstone. It is wonderful to be back. I would remind you that if you have younger children, to please make sure that they are with you in your area and not running around in the back. Remind you to please silence your cell phones. Today, this morning, we had a wonderful performance where our third graders did an outstanding job in saluting our veterans, and that really is why we're here tonight. We are here to show respect and honor the men and the women who serve this country. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy our program as our third graders salute to our veterans.
Good evening and welcome to our concert. We are very excited to share our talents with you. Today's concert will feature songs that pay tribute to the bravery and sacrifice of American veterans. So sit back and relax as we celebrate our true American heroes. On July 4th, 1776, our forefathers bravely declared that the United States of America would be forever free.
Immediately, young men throughout the United Colonies picked up their arms and swore to defend this land with everything they had, including their lives.
It wasn't until many years later, when the official Veterans Day was proclaimed to honor the men and women who have so ably served in our defense. Today we honor all those including those who first stepped forward and bravely proclaimed, "We are the people of the United States."
This concert is a thank you to our veterans and to those men and women who are currently serving in our armed forces. We honor them as we sing "This is America."
We are young, we are old, we are wealthy, we are not. We live in cities, we live in towns, we were born here, we came here, we have dark skin, we have light skin. We are teachers and students, soldiers and citizens, friends, neighbors, and family. We are a democracy, a melting pot, a free country.
The Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and the Constitution of the United States say that we are all equal and we are all free.
They say we may have our own opinions and speak them freely. They say we may worship as we wish. They say we may protect and defend ourselves. They say no matter what our ethnic origins, we are all equal and we are all free. This is America and we are American. I don't know what it feels like to fight in the Civil War.
I don't know oppression and fear from my own government. I don't know having to run away to be free.
But I'll tell you what I do know. I know that I am blessed by the light of freedom. I know that in America, I have unlimited opportunities. I know I can dare to dream and know that my dreams can be realized. I am free to have friends. I am free to have a home. I am free to have as much education as I want. Thank you to our veterans. Freedom shines on every American. That is what I know because of you. Because of you, I have always been free. Veterans, it's all because of you. Perhaps there is no greater symbol of freedom than our nation's flag. The colors of our flag are symbolic in themselves. Red symbolizes hardiness and valor. White signifies purity and innocence. And blue represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice. Throughout the history of our nation, our Star-Spangled Banner has grown from 13 to 50 stars in over 2 centuries. As our flag flies over our land, it represents our country's struggle and quest for liberty. May the 13 stripes and 50 stars serve as a constant reminder of the sacrifice made by so many of its citizens. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. As we continue, we remember the words of Marshall Hancock. Our American flag we fly, vigilance keeps an eye. May our liberty never die. With pride we fly, ho high. States now has 6 branches of the military with U.S. troops serving on land, on sea, in the air, and even in space.
The United States Army is responsible for land-based military operations. The Army is both the oldest branch, over 250 years old, and the largest with over 1 million soldiers.
The United States Navy defends our oceans and helps people if they are in distress. The Navy has 298 ships, including 11 aircraft carriers. They make sure our oceans are safe and protected for all ships.
The United States Coast Guard has enduring rules of maritime safety, security, and stewardship. The Coast Guard is responsible for patrolling 95,000 miles of U.S. coastline and rescuing people at sea.
The United States Air Force is the air warfare service branch of the armed forces. The Air Force has about 5,500 aircraft and about 2,100 fighter jets. A separate military branch is also a part of the United Space Force. It was established in December 2019 and employs 7,100 members who are called Guardians. The United States Marine Corps is a separate military branch, but is actually part of the Department of the Navy. Semper Fidelis is the official motto of the U.S. Marines. It is Latin for always faithful or always loyal.
William Tyler Page said, "It is my duty to my country to love it, to respect its flag, to obey its laws, and to defend it against all enemies."
We thank our veterans for taking these risks to heart and living their lives by them. We ask in attendance for our veterans to please stand up and be recognized as you listen to your branch's song. Freedom is still expensive, it still costs money, it still costs blood, it still costs for courage and deterrence, not only in soldiers, but in every man and woman who is free and who is determined to remain free.
Thomas Paine said those who expect to reap the blessings of freedom must undergo the fatigue of supporting it. To the family and friends of our fallen heroes, today we honor their sacrifice.
We can never fully repay our debt of gratitude to the American service members who died in battle or who were wounded. We can, however, recognize and thank the more than 19 million veterans still living today.
We salute the brave veterans who bore the weight of unimaginable conditions, both at war and returning home. It is never too late to say thank you, so as we celebrate Veterans Day, we humbly say thank you.
You
Thank you for coming to our show today and letting us share our talents with you. We would like to thank Miss Grimm, Miss Lazarus, and all of our other teachers with their help with today's concert. Thank you for being wonderful teachers and great role models to us.
Thank you to Mrs. Byers, Mr. Cook, Mrs. McNally, Mrs. Muha, Mrs. Ovestro, Miss Thomas, for helping us prepare for tonight's concert. Figure Mrs. Tia, Mrs. Aya, Macon, or Pence.
We also say thank you to our Grindstone PTA and our custodial staff for all their support in preparing for this concert. As we sing our final song, we hope we have remembered everyone of the significance of. We reminded everyone of the significance of our veterans and thank them for their service to all of us. Thanks to their sacrifice, freedom shines on every American. That is what I know. I've always been free, and I will always be free. I'm truly grateful to be an American. Thank you and good night.
much. Thank you very much. Just a few thank yous before we give a round of applause to our performers again. A production like this cannot go on with people behind the scenes. So Mrs. Macy and I would like to thank, first of all, our third grade team, our teachers who have supported us while we were in rehearsals. They're behind the scenes now, so every member of our third grade team, who is Mrs. Muha, Mrs. McNally, Mrs. Myers, Mrs. Silvestro, Mrs. Myers, Miss Thomas, Mr. Cook, Mrs. Thomas. Thank you to all of our third grade team. We are so blessed here at Grindstone to have a supportive PTA. And so we want to thank a special thank you to Tara Vosar, Andrea Fine, and Colleen Carter for helping us get the badges made, and for the entire PTA and all the parents who volunteered to help us get the children ready for tonight. Thank you. Both our AV department and Grindstone custodial staff are so busy. Every time we have a performance or a rehearsal, the risers have to go up, the cafeteria tables have to be cleared, and then everything has to be put together for our normal school goings on. So thank you to them. A big thank you to Stacy Lehman of the Berea American Legion Post 91 for her assistance with our stage decorations for tonight. Before you are given directions on how to pick up your students, can we give our third graders one more round of applause? So as Mrs. Smith expressed, thank you to everybody who was here this evening, especially to all of our veterans and those of you who currently serve in the military. Our appreciation to all of you. This is probably one of my most favorite programs that Mrs. Smith does yearly here at Grindstone, so thank you. And a nice round of applause for our third graders who were outstanding. So we would ask that our families please remain seated until our students, okay. Yeah, I'm going to tell you where you need to pick up your child. So please remain seated. We're going to have the students exit first. I'm going to share with you now where you will head. We do ask, the students are going to be in our music and art rooms, but please do not go behind the stage. We ask that you need to go back and around past the library.